To get you to the place that you are now. But the Bible just knows that Lot was right there, and it came to a day where Lot's herdsmen were fighting against Abram's herdsmen, and Abraham in his wisdom come to Lot and said, listen, we can't go in the same direction. Because anytime two people whose hearts are pitched in different directions, they always going to be a conflict of interest. I ain't got no help up in there. You sit up here and look at me like that if you want to, but you left somebody at home this morning because there's a conflict of interest in your house. I wish I had some help. The truth of the matter is, two folks that are going in opposite directions, there's always going to be conflict. And the Bible said conflict arose between Lot's herdsmen and Abram's herdsmen, and Abraham in his witness said, listen, I don't care which way you go. But whatever way you and your folk go, I'm going in the opposite direction. If you go east, I'm going west. If you go north, I'm going south. Why? Because there's something wrong with your heart. That's why you got to have spiritual discernment when you begin to touch and agree and connect yourself with folks. Abraham immediately knew there's something wrong with my son Lot's heart. There's something wrong. He said, if you go east, I'm going west. The truth of the matter is, beloved, even if Abraham did not have a clear picture of what was going on in Lot's heart, the evidence that Lot's heart was in the wrong direction was because when he got ready to choose land, the Bible said Abraham decided to stay where God told him to go, but Lot decided to pitch his tent towards Sodom. Can I help somebody up in here? The truth of the matter is, beloved, you're sitting here right now, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're ushering, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're singing in the choir, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're on the usher board, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're preaching, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're deaconing, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. You're playing the music, but your heart is pitched in the wrong direction. And now you're tossed and driven because you can't decide whether or not to follow after God or to follow after your flesh. Abraham remained, but Lot, the pitching his tent is just symbolic of him pitching his affections and pitching his heart. And the Bible lets us know that the Lord was disgusted by the people in Sodom. They were sinful and they refused to change. But Lot pitched his affections towards Sodom. Watch this. That happened in Genesis 13. Then in Genesis 14, the Bible said that Abraham had to get his men together and physically go and get Lot out of Sodom. And y'all miss it, y'all miss it. The Bible says in Genesis 13 that his heart was pitched towards Sodom. The Bible did not say he was in Sodom, but just one chapter later, the Bible said that Abraham had to get some men together and physically go get Lot out of Sodom. Something happened in between chapter 13 and 14. And beloved, you're sitting in this place right now, and something is about to happen between your chapter 13 and 14. The truth of the matter is you ain't smoking yet, but your heart pitched in that direction. You're not committing adultery yet, but your heart is pitched in that direction. You're not swinging both ways now, but your heart is pitched in that direction. You're not divorced now, but your heart is pitched in that direction. You have not left the church yet, but your heart is pitched. And beloved, can I just lay this in here? If you don't do something about the direction of your heart, sooner or later you're going to follow. The Bible said that he was no longer looking toward Sodom. The Bible said the next chapter he was in. Abraham had to physically go get Lot out of Sodom. Just like when you get in trouble, your folk done had to physically come get you out of trouble. Oh, I ain't got no help up in here now. Can I just lay there for about 2 minutes? I promise I'm going to move on. The truth of the matter is, beloved, when you got in trouble, your mama had to physically come get you out of trouble. Your daddy had to physically come get you. I ain't got no help up in here. But you know your bail was too high. Come on now, you know she came and visited you in the jailhouse. You know good well she came and pulled you out of that crack house. You know she had to physically come get you out of what you had your heart pitched toward. Boy, I ain't got no help up in here now. That's all folks are doing when they call you on Sunday morning to tell you to come to church. That's all they doing. They just trying to pull you out. I ain't got no help up in here on what you done got yourself into. Watch this. The Bible said that the first time that Abraham gets Lot out of trouble, he physically go and do it. In other words, he had enough resources, he had enough money, he had enough power, he had enough strength in his own to go get Lot out of the trouble that Lot had got himself into. But the Bible says, as soon as Abraham physically delivered Lot out of Sodom, chapter 19 said, just 5 chapters later, that Bible said that when God was getting ready to destroy Sodom, that Lot had went back into the place that somebody had to physically deliver him out of. Boy, I ain't got no help up in here now. God told me to tell somebody, because your heart is pitched in 2 directions, because you're trying to go both ways, you about to come to a place, baby, that your mama ain't got enough money, your daddy ain't got enough influence, and nobody got enough power to get you out. The only way you're going to get out of this next one, somebody going to have to be praying for you. I ain't got no help up in here. The Bible said Abraham began to pray. Oh Lord, get my folk, get my son out of Sodom. And he kept on praying, and he kept on praying. I wish I had some help up in here, because the only reason you are who you are right now is because somebody kept on praying and kept on praying. And the Bible says Abraham began to bug God. God, will you please, can I ask you just one more time? The truth of the matter is, beloved, this next time, ain't gonna be enough money. You might have no help up in here. Doctors are going to be scratching their heads. They ain't going to be able to get you out of this next one. He said physically got you out the first time. But the next time you get out, if you don't change your heart. And watch this. I love God because he always give you a right now word. He always give you a word in the nick of time. Tell your neighbor, I got busted today. I almost stayed home, but I got busted with this word. God done arrested me with this word because I'm trying to swing both ways. I'm trying to be bi-spiritual. I'm trying to love the Lord and love the world all at the same time. Lot, the Bible says Lot was stuck in Sodom.
Come on, Pastor.
But Abraham prayed. Lot was stuck in Sodom.
Yes.
Chapter 13 of Genesis, he pitched his tent.
Yeah.
Chapter 14, he dwelling and living there.
Yeah.
Chapter 19, he's standing at the gate. He went from pitching his affection toward it to living in it, and then getting promoted in it to be the greeter at the gate. I ain't got no help up in here now. This is the way sin do. Sin is never satisfied until it gets you at the gate. Well, I wish I had some. Well, Pastor, what's the gate? The gate is the place where you really ain't in. I ain't got no help in here, and you really ain't out. The gate is the place you stand real close by. Just because things get too bad at the church, you can step back in the world real quick. And anytime things get real bad in the world, you can step back in the church real quick. But God told me to tell you, devil, you are a liar. You can't straddle no gate when it comes to God. You either going to be all the way in, or you're going to be all the way out. I ain't got no help up in here. The truth of the matter is, the only reason you're here now is because trouble happened to hit you in the world. Trouble hit you so hard in the world, and you were just close enough to get back in church. But soon as church don't go the way you want, you're going to step right back in the world. Because your heart is still pitched in 2 different. Look at the neighbor and say, you can't go both ways. Watch this. He was so satisfied in Sodom. God sent angels and said, I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm going to destroy both. And he shows up and tells Lot, I'm getting ready to destroy this city because God had looked on it and it has disgusted him and it has made him sick. Can I footnote? If it disgusted God back then, it disgusts God now. I don't care what Oprah says. I don't care if that thing disgusted God then, it disgusts God now. And all before y'all get the gay and lesbian movement all on YouTube talking about listen to what this pastor was talking about gay folk. Listen, not only is God disgusted with lesbianism and being a homosexual male, God is also disgusted with adultery. God is disgusted with fornication. God is disgusted with being a liar. God is disgusted with being a cheat. God is disgusted with all sin. But the Bible said they began to receive punishment because they were exceedingly. They were exceedingly, and God said, I'm getting ready to destroy. Watch this. the angel showed up at Lot's house and tell Lot, we got to get out of here. Because the place that you're in is getting ready to be turned inside out, upside down by the Lord. Lot begins to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, but only by the angels grabbing him literally by his hand and dragging him and his wife and his 2 children out of something that was about to be destroyed.